Hmm.
Okay, you are good to go.
Okay, great. Well, bring the meeting to order then. And first order of business is approval of minutes. Were there any additions or corrections to the minutes?
I didn't see anything that needed to be.
Do I hear a motion?
Move to approve the minutes.
All right, moved by Valerie,
That was Valerie, sorry. I move to approve the minutes as presented.
second.
I'll second it, Rudy.
All right, second Rudy. All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, passes 5-0. 4-0. It was 5-0. I'm sorry. All right, let's go. We're going to skip the treasurer's report and go straight to chair's report. We did get the
Ben is
catch a fire.
for this.
Hmm?
It looks like Ben is trying to get in right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see.
Wait,
Rudy, did you get a hold of Lois?
I sent her a text message. I haven't heard anything back yet.
Okay.
Ben, are you there yet?
Can hear you. You kind of faint. Hmm. Okay, well, while Ben's getting his stuff sorted out here, let me go ahead with my report. We got the Catch a Fire grant that's going to allow us some expertise, and Valerie and Lois are looking at what we can do with that. We're ready to move forward with that. It looks good for us to get the funding, but we won't know on that till October 15th. Of course, we're going to talk about the hand sanitizer stations, and both of those have pretty much failed, the ones that we got for samples. Let's see here. All right, of course, the second round, or the return of funds from the first round of the CARES Act will be coming around on the 15th. Let's see. Of course, we're looking at having a closed meeting today. Brian's going to give us some information on that. And we may need a special meeting to approve an action by the board on the CVAC tax rebate thing. And just as a offshoot here, I saw there's some activity with the earth movers up by Zion Crossroads, and we got self-storage building going up there. They're building 7 buildings up there. And has Ben got on yet?
Ben, you're very quiet.
Barely hear you, Ben.
Hey, Curtis, can I ask a question about the CVAC tax pass-through?
Yeah.
Is that set up for us to receive a funding fee off of that for the transactional part of it?
No, anything through the county is basically already covered on the $1,000 that they give us every year.
Okay, I just wasn't sure. Thank you.
Yeah, we don't charge the county for stuff that they do through us because we get that stipend every year.
And I'll talk about it in my staff report, but this is actually a second CVAC agreement that we'll
Oh,
be
it is.
discussing.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's see here. All right, Ben, can you speak a little closer to your microphone?
Can you hear me now? Is that any better?
Okay.
It's very, very, very faint.
Yeah. Well, I'm just, from what I remember, my conversations with Ben, you've got the spreadsheet, of course, and there was a problem with the fee to the post office, and we ended up having to pay late fee on that. I forget exactly how much that was. That's not reflected in the report. And there was also another fee that came in. Oh, for the Valley Publishing, for the thing that we put in the Fluvanna review. I think that was $150 or something like that came in. So those are not reflected on there. Or are they? Yes, they are.
They are.
Okay. All right, there they are. Okay, because the one I had, I didn't see it on there. Okay, and we have a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
I motion to have it approved.
All right, Rovell moves. Do we have a second? I guess Valerie, you're muted.
I'll second.
Valerie seconds. All right, all in favor? I guess I
Aye.
better poll everybody on this. Rudy,
Yes?
Valerie,
Yes,
Ben,
Yes.
Rovell,
Yes.
and I vote yes. That's 5.
Too.
5.
Curtis,
Hmm?
me too.
Oh, there's Lois. Okay, there you are. I
Sorry.
didn't see you on yet. Okay, very good. Okay, great. All right, let's see. Next on the agenda is county report from Brian here.
So EDA, just like Mr. Putnam mentioned, the Board of Supervisors they're moving forward with the 7.4 mile broadband project that'll bring fiber broadband to Carysbrook, Dixie, and the Fork Union area. Firefly will connect the Carysbrook Athletic Complex and an additional government building with Wi-Fi for free. And the board will utilize the EDA to handle payment for the project. So the board will vote on that. The Board of Supervisors will vote on that Wednesday. We will need the EDA to vote on that the following week. So we will have to have a meeting about that. Also, your attorney is reviewing the agreements right now. There will be an agreement with the Board of Supervisors and the EDA, and then there will be an agreement between the EDA and CVEC.
So Brian, that'll look exactly like what we just did with CIC, correct?
Correct. The mechanics are the same.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah,
All
Jim
right.
hasn't gotten back to me yet on if he has any concerns.
And we don't think he will. In the CIC agreement, he had issue with one sentence. But we're waiting for his review, and the Board of Supervisors will act on that Wednesday evening. The Fluvanna Business Spotlight for this month is the Scrappy Elephant. They opened on Saturday, September 12th on Main Street in Palmyra. They previously did have a pop-up shop in Village Station, and it is a creative reuse shop. So, and I said markers, it should be makers, go to the store for reclaimed and reused goods. So she's able to get items that makers are able to reinvent for new projects. She hopes to have an art studio in the facility. So, for example, hopefully as COVID dissipates and goes away forever is obviously everyone's hope. She'd be able to have classes and events, so you could bring your child to an event at the Scrappy Elephant in the back, or makers could have classes and things like that. So she's
Where-
opened up on Main Street right next. If you're looking at the Chamber of Commerce office, it would be the building to the left. I believe it was a real estate company.
Oh,
The
yeah.
old,
Yeah.
the old State Farm, office.
Mhm, mhm.
So she opened up Saturday.
Great.
The Quad County Business Summit will be virtual this year on November 17th. Fluvanna County is still coordinating it, so I'm still in charge of that. We will have the Quad Tank, a pitch competition like we did last year, except this year it'll be in the morning. So it'll be before the Quad County Business Summit. That'll wrap up, the schedule looks like that'll wrap up at 12. And then the Quad County Business Summit will begin at 1 o'clock. We will have the usual Quad County afternoon. We'll have a keynote speaker, a business success story, and breakout sessions. And we'll even have time for some virtual networking during the event. The keynote speaker will be Sandy Spinagle, I believe is how you pronounce her name, of Platinum PR. She does a lot of work with economic development organizations. She's a speaker for IEDC, which is the International Economic Development Council. So she's great. Talked to her. One of my counterparts has a relationship with her and recommended her, and I think she's going to be fantastic. So she'll be our keynote speaker, and then our business success story will be Hope Lawrence of Hudson Henry Baking Company. The business success story last year was Halo Top. So it'll be a similar format, like a 20 to 30-minute conversation with Hope, just about how Hudson Henry got started, where she's going, pitfalls, things that she faced, issues she faced, funny stories, because every business owner has some funny story about, potential disaster. So we're looking forward, and Hope is very excited for that. So that will be on November 17th. The Economic Development Office has released the annual report for FY 2020. So that'll cover July 1st to June 30th, July 1st of 2019 to June 30th of 2020. You will receive a copy in the mail of this. It's also on the website, but I will be mailing you your copy of the 2020 annual report. And at the October meeting, I'll have an update for you, just some highlights from the report. And any questions you might have after you get a chance to review it. So like I said, the next meeting, we will need to have an emergency meeting. It's not an emergency meeting, but a special meeting, I should say, to discuss the CVEC Firefly agreement, because we need that to be processed quickly. So if you want to set a date now, that would be great. Also, the October scheduled meeting, last October, we did not meet because it's Yorktown Victory Day and Fluvanna County government offices are closed. I would not recommend that this year, just because there's a number of projects that the EDA is involved in and will be involved in. I really think you should meet in October. So I would prefer that we pick another day to meet.
Okay.
Brian, when does the county need our approval on the contract?
I will defer to Mr. Dahl.
The sooner the better with CVEC. We're trying to get some things finalized for them. And I think from their standpoint, they need it finalized as quickly as possible so they can get the project rolling.
Is there any CARES money involved?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, so that's urgent too.
So, Eric, what are you thinking about then? Are you thinking this week or next week?
I don't necessarily think this week. I mean, I think as long as CVEC understands that the Board of Supervisors is taking action on it Wednesday, and if if the EDA wants to set up a meeting for next Monday, maybe, I don't know. I mean, is Brian, I'm not sure if that's what you're thinking. I mean,
That's what I was thinking, but you know,
you could certainly do this week if you wanted. You could do Thursday. I think from the EDA standpoint, just need to make sure that Mr. Bowling has had a chance to review the agreement to make sure that he's, you know, he's fine with the verbiage and the agreement, you know, in its entirety.
I hadn't heard from him, but I put in a call today and I haven't heard anything so far. But I'm trying to get his input before it goes.
So Curtis, can you take a quick poll and see which works best for our members?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Why don't you
let's-
pick 2 dates that work for you, Curtis,
Let's
and
see,
then
I'm
let
trying
us
to pull up
chime
my
in.
calendar right now. Let's see here. Where is it? Here it is. All right. Well, VITA conference is coming up this week, and I think a couple other people are going to be attending that minority ED thing too. So kind of Thursday's kind of rushed. Can we shoot for Monday or
I can do Monday.
Tuesday?
The 21st?
The 21st, yeah. 21st or 22nd?
No, I can't do Monday, the 21st.
Okay,
I can do the 22nd.
22nd. All right. Rudy,
I can do the 21st. I can do the 22nd as long as we are finished by 5:30.
all right, shouldn't be a long meeting, I don't think. Just that one
don't think so.
issue. Lois, are you good for the 22nd?
Yes.
All right, Valerie says, Ben, you okay for the 22nd?
Ben's giving you a thumbs up.
Okay. Rovell,
Yeah, I can do either or. Yes,
Okay, let's-
Tuesday be fine.
all right. And I'm okay. So let's go for the 22nd at 5 o'clock then.
okay. Thank
All
you.
right. All right, let's see here. Okay. All right. Okay, October meeting, we'll have to reschedule that one.
Unfortunately, we cannot do the 13th because that's planning commission.
Mhm.
But
Let's see here. Let me get to October.
Anything that stops us from going to the 5th, Curtis?
Not really. No, we could go to the 5th. Except that I'd prefer to go the 19th, and then we'd know if that grant money is coming through.
I think the 19th would be okay. If anything comes up, just we'll have to be flexible of you know, I'm sorry that you guys are being very you're very busy right now.
Yeah.
So
But is that a bad day for you, Rudy, the 19th?
No, the Mondays are fine for me.
Okay.
I'm
how's it-
not available on the 19th. I'm not available on the third Monday of any month.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, let's see here.
I-
Well, how about the 20th then?
Yeah,
I can do the
Tuesdays are
20th.
problematic for me. I can join the meeting, but I have to leave at 5:45.
Okay, well, that should be good. We can pull any action matters to the beginning. Rovell, you okay for the 20th?
This is the 20th.
October 20?
Yes, I should be fine that day.
All right, Lois?
Yes.
Okay. Ben. You hear from Ben?
thumbs up.
Let's see here.
Thumbs up from
Okay.
Ben.
All right. All right. I think, so we go for the 20th on that then.
All right.
What
All
time?
right. Okay. Is
5.
anything else, Brian?
That's it for me.
Okay, all right, and let's see, where are we going now? Lois, did you have anything to report for the ed tech from the last meeting?
That one Brian had told EdTech that the Pleasant Grove signs were installed. Two, that Brian, thank God for Brian, led a discussion on Food Truck Fridays, and Kathleen Kilpatrick volunteered to be the new coordinator. The event was awaiting a VDH approval. Brian was going to do the marketing and social media. The discussion was limited on the number of food trucks, music, call ahead, pickup, and flash mobs. Brian presented the same information as he did for EDA for the profit businesses and private school monies. The window for round 2 is the end of August. Funding September. There will be no repeat applications. Brian spoke about hashtag Flow Fluvanna, which is goal 1.5 of the tourism strategic plan. Pictures and vertical videos, and vertical videos was one of those ideas that came out of UVA, will be uploaded to Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. There will be a contest for the best photo with the prize to be selected and awarded by EdTech. And then Brian asked that everybody come up with local influencers. And again, that was one of those ideas that Brian gave us from Fluvanna, asking for a list of local influencers for the next meeting.
That schedule admittedly got a
Today.
little, the Float Fluvanna did not occur as scheduled. So there's good reason for that. But we will get Float Fluvanna scheduled.
You know, you're talking about being busy. We should applaud Brian that he has an active role on the state level,
Oh, yeah,
economic development
Definitely.
also.
definitely. We need to get him some recognition here. Right, I just want to check with Rudy. Have you made any progress with the financial arrangements? Have you looked into that at all?
I did not have any feedback other than what I talked to Mr. Dahl about. We were supposed to have another meeting about it and somehow it fell off my calendar. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, well, just want to, all right. So now we'll move into public comments. Do we have anybody to comment?
We do not.
Okay, well, we'll close the public comments then. And if there are no objections, we'll move to talk to, let Brian bring us into closed session, closed
And
I
meeting.
Mr.
think we have
Chairman.
to have a motion and approval on that, Curtis.
Yes, that's right. We've got the
I
motion
move
right
that we
here.
go into
Mr.
closed
Chairman.
session.
Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry. I have a quick question regarding the spotlighting the business that Brian spoke of. So if I could just ask him a quick question, please.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, Brian, I think it was Scrappy Elephant.
Yes.
And this question might be a moot question because it's already being done. But as you come from the north on Highway 15, there's a big neon flashing sort of marquee there.
Mhm.
Is there any way we could use that to highlight our monthly businesses, selected businesses, so that when people come into the county from that direction, they can see that Scrappy Elephant was the one chosen to be the business of the month? And whether that's a good idea or not, I'm not sure.
That is privately owned. So
Okay, thank you.
I don't know, the owner of it is using it, utilizing it for the business park.
Okay.
But I don't know if he would do that for other businesses outside the business park.
No, I apologize for the question. I thought that was a government marquee, but okay, but thank you.
No, that is not. Yeah, it is not.
Not a problem.
We'll reopen that discussion.
No,
The
not a
original
problem.
sign, the original sign was chamber, I think, and then the owner took it back over.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Brian.
All right, so Brian wants to discuss a prospective industry, and we need some privacy for that. And we have a motion, sample motion up here. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Okay, and a second?
Second,
All right, Valerie moved, Ben second. Let's poll everybody. All right, Rudy,
Yes,
Lois,
Yes,
Valerie,
Yes,
Ben,
yes,
Rovell,
Yes,
and I'll vote yes, that's 6 in favor. Okay, I caution everybody not to make any notes of this meeting or discuss this with anybody outside of the EDA, because this is quite sensitive information. It needs to be kept under wraps until Brian chooses to release the information. So it's one of those things where you could sink the ship.
So everyone, sorry, I sent the invite too quickly. So 2 people are in the breakout, but everyone else, you should have been invited to the breakout. Other than Mr. Miles, who will wait outside. Oh, Valerie, I need you to accept the, there we go.
I can drink from that one. It's a pretty short agenda. It's a long meeting, but a short agenda.
All right, is everyone back here now?
I think we're good.
Okay, all right, everyone is here. I just need to poll everyone that we discussed what we intended to discuss in our closed meeting. So as I go through.
Wait, just a point of order, we have to reconvene in open session. So I move that we reconvene in open session.
Okay, all right, do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay,
Rudy?
all right, and let's go through to reconvene. Rudy?
Yes?
Bert, oh no, Lois? Can't hear you, Lois. You're muted.
I gave
Okay.
you a thumbs up.
All right. Valerie,
Yes,
Ben,
Yes,
Rovell,
Yes.
and I say yes, so that passes by 6. Okay, all right, now we need to poll everyone just to certify that we did discuss what we intended to discuss. If there is any objection, I want to hear it now. Okay, Rudy,
Yes, we only discussed what we were intending to discuss.
Lois,
Yes,
Valerie,
yes,
Ben,
yes,
Rovell,
Yes.
and I say yes as well. So we're all in agreement that we did discuss what we intended to discuss. All right, so, all right, we can move on with our agenda now. And I'll just say that we've got about 30 minutes to finish up everything.
I'll be quick.
Okay, all right, next is hand sanitizer station. And hopefully we can move forward on those in an expeditious manner soon.
Yes. So one issue is I have the hand sanitizing stations here. We've ordered 2 and they've both not worked. 2 separate ones. At this point, if we buy the same one the county purchased, that's $80, which is twice the amount you originally had budgeted. So you should be able, I think you have 26 of them that you need to order. So let's do 30 times 80. So if you do 30 times 80, that would be $2,400. Plus the hand sanitizer, we can get, if we get the ones the county gets, it's cheaper for this actual liquid because we can get the liquid from the local distillery compared to having to buy the gel. So if you are okay with that, I will, this was the old budget. The original budget. If you all are okay with that, I can move forward and work with Mr. Garcia on ordering.
I'm sorry, I didn't see the budget.
Oh, sorry, that's the old budget. I didn't update it with the $80. So if we were to buy the ones that didn't work at $35, that one did not have a screw in the top, so it didn't lock. When you tried to lock it, it popped and broke apart. The second one we ordered, which is $39, this one does not dispense anything, but it does lock. So yeah, I can't get it to dispense. I've followed all their troubleshooting tips. I don't know if we just got a defective one.
Have we talked to the manufacturers?
I've gone just through their Amazon help page.
Yeah.
So we can. But that would, the dispensers for those are $39. So it's a slight increase over the $35.99 that we were originally looking at. And I don't know if the gel sanitizer would work because I can't get anything to work. I couldn't even get water to work. So it's been an issue. But does the EDA just want us to move forward as long as we stay within the 3,500 to get the original ones, at least get through the original ones?
Well,
Yeah, as long as, Curtis, as long as the county will honor the $3,000 if we have to move to the more expensive one. I would, my recommendation is that we move forward with what is a known product. Because, I mean, we've already been messing with this now for 6 weeks.
Yeah, you want to make that a motion?
Sure.
Okay,
I move that the EDA authorize Brian and the EDA member to purchase the same product that the county has and to purchase the hand sanitizer from the local distillery that the county has used and order up to $3,500 worth of hand sanitizers and dispensers.
okay, you have a second?
Second.
All right, Rudy?
Was Val the second, please?
Yeah, Valerie,
Valerie?
second.
Okay.
All right, Rudy?
Yeah, did anybody else want to
Oh,
weigh
there's
in,
any
Ben?
discussion
Val?
on it? I'm sorry.
We made them promises we have to keep. So however we do it, we have to do it.
And I think it's expeditious to do it this way. All right, so Rudy?
I let you off early.
Yeah.
Too many people on.
All right, Valerie,
Yes.
Ben,
Yes,
Rovell,
Yes.
and I say yes, so it passes 6-0. All right, moving on to new business. The second round of CARES funding is coming soon. I'll get Brian's input on that in just a second. I was curious to find out what our status is on getting minority businesses to apply for this. Is there any progress with that? I think Rudy and Ben were working on that.
Yeah, so one of the things that we've discovered in this process, Brian brought up this morning, we had a chamber and economic developers meeting, is that we still seem to have a number of businesses in the county who are not using generally accepted accounting principles. And so the barrier to entry to the grants is difficult for them. I had a tax client in my office who brought me her P&L statement, and it was handwritten on 8.5 by 11 paper. She does not have a computer, and until recently, there was no place in the county for her to go use a computer. When she filed her PPP application, she actually had to go to Union Bank and use their computer to file her PPP application. So this is an issue that I don't know how we address it, and I don't know how we overcome it.
Yeah, well, I think if we get this grant money, that's something we could definitely work on. Definitely work on that with the grant money. It's also something we might be able to address, get some input from the Catch a Fire folks, find out how we can go ahead and do this.
There's a project on there for Catch Fire project amongst 144 projects that is an introduction to accounting. So if we can do workshops or something.
It's just that a lot of our businesses don't think they qualify at all. And they don't have a record to show if they do or not when you discuss with them about it. So I think, there is a barrier. That being said, I will not say that we have as much participation as I desire in general. But we are working on that. We have Facebook ads, Instagram ads. I've sent numerous emails. I need to make sure that I need to go back through and make sure everyone on the EDA is getting those emails, because you may not be, the new members may not be getting those emails. So,
So Brian, can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Can we go a little bit old school And can you print up 200 or 300 flyers and deliver them, have Ben pick them up so that he can get them to the black churches?
We can do that, but the deadline's Friday.
Can we extend the deadline? Because I don't think you're going to have enough applications to use all that money by Friday.
I would have to check with CIC. The issue is their timing, based off of the workload they have, and because ours wraps up in October. Let me check with Stephen.
Okay.
Excuse my curiosity, but you know, when you create a business and you have to get your EIN and list yourself with the state as a business for tax purposes, do they not also have to give their address? Could you not do a search by that address?
The only thing they have at the state that's a requirement for an EIN, Lois, is if they're an LLC or a C corporation or a
Okay.
partnership.
So I
If
mean,
they're not, if they're just a sole proprietor, there's no mechanism to capture their information. And
okay, all right, I'll ask them.
sole
I'll
proprietors
ask the
running
question
around.
one more time. They
It's,
have to pay taxes. Is there any way to capture that?
The only way to capture that is if they're actually filing a Schedule C. I believe that the commissioner can run a report on that. But a lot of them aren't running Schedule Cs. You know, they're just
Yeah, that's a major
reporting
problem.
income. They're reporting
Major-
income on their 1040 as 1099 income, and they're not claiming expenses.
Rudy, do you think some of this based on because they don't have employees?
I think a lot of it's based on that, Rovell, and I think a lot of it's based on a lot of our businesses are just folks who's decided I'm going to go out and clean houses, or I'm going to go out and cut grass, and I'm going to go out and, you know, deliver groceries or walk dogs, and there's just no way to capture that in the county. I don't know if there's anywhere, but in our county specifically, there's a whole bunch of folks at Lake Monticello that have home-based businesses that the homeowners association doesn't know about.
Yeah.
So,
Is there
so
any
I
way,
thought-
Brian, is there any
Can I
way
just
the
say just
SB,
one more thing, please. I apologize, Curtis. You know, Lake Monticello sends out an email every single day, and they've been good citizens. Could we just not ask them to run this little public announcement? They could run it tomorrow if you so desire.
I thought they had already run that. I don't get the Lake Mail, so I don't know for sure, but I was pretty certain that they received it at least from the chamber.
But I
We sent
mean,
it to Lake Monticello.
yeah, but I mean, what you're saying is that they don't know they can apply. Maybe you can, just not the announcement that it exists, but that they can apply.
I dug into this just a little bit and not, I apologize. Go ahead and answer the question. I apologize. I'll wait.
I don't know if we have an answer other than we can email tomorrow, but I wrote it down or CIC extending the deadline and also the LMA email list.
question,
If we-
Brian, is the SBDC or whatever it is, do they offer any course on setting up bookkeeping and stuff like that?
They do, and you can use them for one-on-one counseling as well.
All right, maybe then we need to start promoting that then.
EVCC does.
There's this isn't, Rudy, I thought did a good job with explaining, an eloquent job with explaining maybe, you know, a more pointed item with the tax, filing the proper tax paperwork. But I tend to think the problem is a little bit bigger than that. And the predominantly
Just
African.
remember, we're being recorded, man.
Pardon?
Remember, we are being
Okay.
recorded.
Okay, all right, thank you. I think they do need some sort of assistance, financial or monetary assistance or incentives. But I think the way they're currently structured, it prevents them from tapping into those resources. So this is a quandary that they're in.
Yeah.
And I think there needs to be a mechanism to help them break out of this quandary. And I think
Mhm.
between the board and the EDA, a measure of success can be accomplished, but we have to put some brain power behind it.
Yeah. Well, we originally had the $35,000 fund as a micro grant program, and basically nobody applied for it. I don't think anybody really knew much about it at all.
That's the gravity. That's the Mr. Putman. That's the gravity of what I'm referring to, and I'm trying to be very strategic and very precise in
Yes.
my comments here.
Okay. I think we can do a better job of getting the word out on what businesses need to do and what they can do and what we can do. So I agree.
Okay, thank you.
Just a quick update for what I had for you. We've received 47 application requests as of this morning for the for-profit and private school section. So that's 47 requests for round 2. So those are people that have not received funding in round 1. And again, this was for the first round. This is how many businesses were invited in the first round. And the first round funded $286,820. So we still have $413,180 in that portion. For the nonprofit portion, we've received 3 organizations have requested an application for round 2. And again, in round 1, we had 6 that were able to fund $60,000. So we still have 140 left in that portion of the fund.
So the money for the first round should be coming back through the EDA pretty soon. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's just going to stay in the account at CIC for round 2.
Oh, okay.
At the completion of round 2, we will, everything will be, that account will be closed, and if there are any remaining dollars, that'll go back to the EDA, and then the EDA by October 30th will have to release any dollars that they have remaining to the board, back to the board.
Okay.
We're unfortunately just in a tremendous time crunch because we were trying to wrap up these loose ends well before December 30th because the county's working on multiple projects at the same time.
Okay. Any more discussion on the grants, the CARES grants?
Just, Brian, once you find out about whether or not we can extend this, can you send us all the notes so that we can activate some old school marketing, guerrilla marketing?
Yep, I can do that.
Okay. All right. I see. I had put on here reimbursements. I think Rudy's already covered. We've already voted on that. So Ben can go ahead and get a check to him as soon as Rudy gets the invoices to him. Was there anyone that needed reimbursement for a conference this month? No? Okay, well, we'll move on to the Catch a Fire, and I think we've already pretty much discussed that. Valerie and Lois, have you had a chance to get some priorities for us yet?
Well,
No.
we had sent out an email showing how excited we are and the order that you should approach Catch a Fire. And number 1 to that overall introduction is you really, really need to do that first before you even ever look at any of the projects.
Right.
I
Well,
You had a chance to do that.
okay. I've been in contact with the Catch a Fire folks, and the community Charlottesville Area Foundation has not specifically released the grant money to them yet, but we can go ahead and file for assistance through Catch a Fire already. They've already opened it up to us. So basically, all we need to do is decide what we want and go ahead and get it done. Now, Valerie has accepted the invitation. I think, Lois, I sent one out to you and to Ben. So you all of us can put things in for Catch a Fire.
I'm sorry, what was the invitation for? Because, I say that again.
Catch a Fire.
Yeah, what exactly? To be on the,
All right, here's the deal, is that I'm
there was,
primary contact, Rudy's
okay, so
secondary
the
contact.
was an invitation to be a contact is what you're saying.
No, let me explain. All right, I'm primary contact, Rudy's secondary contact. All right, I've put Valerie on the committee now because she's helped out considerably. But there will be 4 of us on the Catch a Fire.
Curtis, I sent you a number of emails about Catch a Fire and what to do. I'm confused.
I have not received anything.
I will resend them all because I keep all my stuff.
Okay, let me
What I
explain
had
what,
just
let me
mentioned
just
about
go through what we're gonna do
what you
right
should
now,
do in the order that you should do it in was in the emails.
really. Oh, I haven't received that at all. No. But basically, all right, I'm on the Catch a Fire, Valerie is on it, Ben's on it, and Lois is on it. You should have received, all of you, invitations to go, and all you have to do is accept those. If you haven't received those, get to me on them, I'll resend them. But any of us can ask for any project that they have. We're already covered. So we can start applying for projects right away. And basically, I just want to know that we're not duplicating efforts. So that's all. I just want to try to coordinate who does what and when, and we can work on multiple projects at the same time.
So Mr. Putman, right quick, those projects are projects that could be projects like financing, operations, mentorships, and so on and so forth.
Exactly.
Okay.
You
So
have to go
bundle.
to the Catch a Fire website. And
No,
I'll
what-
No, I was just saying those are the types of projects that you're referring to that we can request to have assistance with.
Yeah, how it's set up is that one, you go to and you look, I thought I sent it to everybody. And so I apologize, I will resend it. What I had suggested is that you look at that overall, and that gives you a detailed description of how it's set up. And then you have a choice of 3 ways. You have a choice to talk to somebody, about how you want to set it up, what order, what your priorities are. Also have a way of accepting bundles, and they have put together groups of projects that have been useful in the past. Or you can go to the direct project itself and accept that project. Now, the problem when I was looking at all of that stuff was that we don't have direction. We don't know what we need to actually sit down among ourselves and decide. I know that Ben has needs. I know that other areas, other people on this committee have needs. So those needs have to be listed, and then to look at the projects, what will accomplish those needs.
That was what I supposedly charged you and Valerie with, is to come up with some priorities for us. And I haven't received the priorities yet. And we're gonna have to
The
do that.
priority can't be done unless we know what you need. I have no idea what Ben needs.
Mm-hmm.
Or anybody else. Valerie and I can't just, say, oh, you need to take an introductory to Excel. Well, maybe you don't need an introductory to Excel, or you need to take basic accounting or more advanced accounting, or you need advanced marketing.
Okay.
You don't, you need to have an intro to marketing.
Well, all right, then I will provide some direction on this, and we need to get moving. on some of these things to be ready if we get the grant money. That's my priority right now, is to get some of these trainings underway so that when we do get the grant money, we're ready to use it. And there are a number of packages that we can get, and I encourage everyone to go to the Catch a Fire website and look at what's available and get back to me with the projects that you think we need to take care of. And like I said, there's no problem. We can do multiple projects at one time, or we can take them on one at a time. But I think there was a few of them. I think there's like 2 or 3 that they recommend to start off with.
I think
And
Curtis?
what you
Yeah.
had said was absolutely 100% correct. And I think you should, and I'm glad you emphasized it, that we have this 1 year deadline. And I'm assuming from the time that Charlottesville area, et cetera, gives us the go ahead that the 1 hour starts clicking.
mhm.
And then that we as individuals can take as many of those 2 to 4 week courses that we so desire. There's not a limitation to it, which is an exceptional thing. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, and but like I said, I think if you sign up for a particular package or something like that, we should, get 2 or 3 people on that meeting so that we don't have to repeat those sort of things. And because these are professionals who have expertise in different areas, and we don't want to waste their time.
Hey, Curtis, I
Yeah.
just went through all my emails. I don't see that invitation that you sent.
I
Can
only
you read-
sent it to Valerie, Ben, and Lois.
Oh, okay, good. So I will stop looking for it then.
Okay, all right. I mean, I can invite everybody if that's what we want to do.
Oh, I don't know what that entails, so,
Okay, all right. Well, let's just start off with the 4 of us right now, and I think that'll pretty much cover everything we need to do. But I'll get with everybody on some of the things that I think are priorities then.
Could I make a comment? Prior to me getting that invite, I try to go online there and they wouldn't let me. You just can't go in because you want to. So there has to be some sort of account set up that they can, go through.
Right, we have it already set up. It's already been set up.
But
And you
prior
can,
to you giving me that invitation, I could not get through.
okay, well, everybody should be able to get on the website. I mean, that's anybody can go to the website and look at the packages
Yes.
and look at the things that they offer. If I have sent you the invitation to our account, then you can actually go ahead and request courses. So I'll resend the invitations to Ben and Lois, and Valerie's already accepted. So I'll make sure that you guys get another invitation.
Thank
Okay, all right. So, but like I said, there's no prohibition for anybody to go on the website and look at the packages. But we are set up already to go ahead. We're good to go. So as soon as we want to, we can sign up for those packages. Okay, and I think we're about run out of time here. Is there any more questions on that? Okay, all right. So next meeting we'll have a special meeting
The 22nd.
the 22nd, and then October 20th, was it? Or regular meeting?
The October 20th, yes.
Yeah, okay. So we've got those scheduled. All right, and any final thoughts before we leave?
We just need a motion to adjourn.
Okay, we have a motion.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay, second. Okay,
Second.
did we get a second?
Second.
Okay, Valerie, second.
Everyone's just having such a good time. I want to keep going.
Okay, all right, we polled everybody. Rudy,
Yes.
Lois,
Yes.
Valerie,
Yes.
Ben,
Yes.
Rovell.
Yes.
Okay, we're adjourned. I'll vote yes.
Thank you,
Lois.
everyone.
Barely have time for a comfort break before your next meeting.
There you go.
I'm gonna follow Brian.
All right. See you,
And then
everyone.
if we get out early, I'm gonna go to you.
All right, all right, thank you then. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.